What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your girl Lilo, and I'm back with another video.
It's your girl Yazzie Yaz, always spaz and never trash.
But this is my logo for the girls who've been in my support group, and basically, like, I'm just gonna give you the rundown of my group. My group is for girls who have been sexually abused, molested, you know, raped, anything of that nature. Also men who've been sexually abused, molested, raped, anything of that nature. So basically, like, I made this group because I am a rape victim. I've been raped when I was 15 years old, and for me it has been, what, I'm 20, so almost 5 years, because it happened in October. So basically, like, I just created the group for, like, healing and for people to regain their power back, and for prevention, why things like this should not happen, and how can you prevent this from happening, and how can girls, guys, whoever this has happened to, heal from this and grow from this. Because it's not only we are not only victims, but we are people of power because we overcame this situation. So I have no idea what we're gonna talk about. But I basically, you know, have her in the video because this is my best friend, so she knows my experience, and I just wanted to ask her, like, what was your reaction, like, when I first told you that I got raped?
I mean, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought she was lying, but then it was like, I know when she faking and when she, like, serious. So the first time she said it, it was like a shock. Like I said, I told her, I'm like, girl, like, it was like, I asked her, like, what? But, you know, because I'm like, she damn near lying. But then she like, no, for real. So I'm like, well, what happened? Like, so then she ended up telling me, and it was just like she had a whole story. So it was like, okay, you really finna go out your way to make up a whole story about this. So I'm just like, forget it. Like, it's the truth or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, I felt kind of bad because, like, it's my best friend. So, and we was young, like, what, 15?
Yeah, we was 15, and I was a virgin at the time.
Yeah, like,
we I don't think, like, around that time we was even, like, introduced to sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we was,
you probably was trying to kiss on people. But
yeah, like, I don't even, yes, I probably did kiss on a boy or something like that, but I've never took it to the extreme where I actually wanted to have sex or even thought about having sex with a boy because of how I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was raised in a Christian home, and, you know, that's just something we don't do. Like, as Christians, the goal is to have sex when you get married. So pause that. I probably have thought about sex because I think every child at the age of 15 is introduced to sex, you know, sexual education. When you are in school, you're taught about sexual education. So, you know, I knew about sex and what sex was, but I never wanted to have sex at the age of 15. So basically, like, when it happened to me, I feel like that took away my innocence. I wasn't able to actually give myself to a man, you know? But, like, just finish telling your reaction.
Yeah, so, like I said, she went through the whole process, the whole story. So I'm like, okay, she's not gonna go out her way, and, you know, but like I said, I kind of felt bad because it was like, it was my best friend, and what is my best friend, and then we was young. So probably if she was 15, because she, like, almost a year older than me. So if she was 15, I was probably 14. So with her telling me at that age, I'm like that's messed up. I ain't gonna lie, when we got off the phone, I did kind of, you know, I had to listen to some gospel and stuff like that, and I kind of cried a little bit because I'm like, that's bogus. And then when she told me who it was,
why did it make you cry though?
Because, like, just the type of person you was. Like, you was I ain't gonna say like a goody two shoes, but like she said, like, she wasn't even thinking about that, none of that. So it was like, for somebody that really messed with her to take advantage of her, and do something she wasn't even
ready to do.
Exactly. Like that's bogus. And I was just
yeah, like I ain't even gonna lie. I wasn't a goody two shoes. Like I fought and did stuff like that. But when it came down to boys, I was real stiff arm on boys.
Yes,
real.
It was the opposite.
Yeah, like I was real stiff on boys. Like anybody can tell you, like the boys that I messed with, not even messed with, I ain't even messed with, but wanted to talk to me during that time, did not really have the time of the day. Like you can ask. They did not have the time of the day, like just period. But when did I tell you?
What do you mean?
Did I tell you like the same day?
I think you told me probably like 2 days. 2 days later. So like you probably, the day it happened, you wasn't gonna speak on it because it happened. Then after that, you probably still didn't want to talk about it. But I don't know, who was the first person you told? Was it me?
I don't think he was the first person I told. I think the guy that was with him is the first person I told. He was the first person I told because I remember he had texted me and he asked me like, why you ain't scream? Like
he texted out the blue? Or after you told him?
No, after I told him. He was like, why you ain't scream? Like, why you ain't call the police or whatever? And like my response to him is like, this is the thing. For me, when someone is like sexually abused, raped or anything like that, everybody has different reactions. My reaction when it happened to me, I was like a zombie. Like I was like dead. Like, is this really happening to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, so like in the moment, like I was telling him like, stop, like stop or whatever. But I could not just scream. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how your brain just in shock. Like, so everything just shut down. Like, that's how I was. Like, my brain was in shock and I couldn't do anything. Like, what was like something else that I told you about, like, during, the time of it happening? Like, any experiences or, like, people saying stuff to me or anything like that?
What was irritating me was, like, I know I said I thought, but then me knowing my best friend, eventually, I'm like, she not lying, But what was irritating me was she eventually wanted to come out and people kept saying, like, oh, that's my nigga. He wouldn't do that. He ain't even like that. Like, woo! Like, I really wanted to knock some people out for that. Because, like, why? I just don't get it. Why would somebody lie about a situation like that? Especially somebody that you mess with. Okay, I can see if it was... Matter of fact, in all cases, it's not right. But, like, from somebody that you really connect with, why would you sit there and lie on them and say they raped
Exactly.
you? So it's like... And then when other people start coming out about it, they're a giveaway. That's what he do, period. I don't give a damn what nobody say. But...
Right. Like, how did you see, like, that affect me as a person from then to now?
Girl, then it affected you because you was out of control. Like, and you my best friend, so you be telling me everything. And I used to just sit back and I'm just like, Quanice. Like, and sometimes I couldn't even get it out and express it to you because I already knew how you was feeling.
Like, as far as what though?
You was vulnerable. Real vulnerable. Like, she was vulnerable. So anybody that she came in contact with, they knew what the hell she was going through and they knew they can easily get to it. So, like, she didn't care about her body no more. She didn't care about herself no more.
I lost a lot of, like, when I ended up getting raped, like, I lost a lot of Nah, but seriously though, I lost a lot of self-respect for myself, and she never seen the, like, emotional and mental side of my affection, but I actually tried to commit suicide before Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually tried to commit suicide. I took a whole bunch of pills, and I actually felt like I was about to die that day. And if I was not on the phone with my other best friend, because I have another best friend, if I was not on the phone with her and she would have never called my auntie, I probably would have been dead. Like, literally. And, like, I was going crazy. And people don't understand this, but people that have been sexually abused have a lot of PTSD. And, like, I don't know how in the world it affects you, but it affects you spiritually, mentally, all of that. When I tell y'all, I was going crazy. That's why they say, like, watch who you let enter your body, because spirits are real. You know, that stuff is real. Like, that's why I always, you know, tell her, like, be careful. If you want to do what you do, is it okay for me to release this information? Okay. But basically, like, she was a virgin for a long time. And I would tell her, like, okay, it's okay if you want to do it, but make sure it's with the right person, and make sure, you know, that's somebody that you want to do it with, because spirits do jump off. And when I tell you spirits are real, like, his spirit literally entered my body, to be honest. Like, and I went crazy. When I say crazy, I mean mentally crazy. Like, I thought I was seeing stuff. I thought I was hearing stuff. Like, I was going crazy. I didn't even go to school for a long time. Like, I went to school like one time, and I was in the back of the class and I was just crying. Like, I couldn't function. Like, I just really couldn't function. Like, so it affected me. So it affected me tremendously. Like, she didn't even see, like, that side, but, you know, like, she's my best friend, so she know what goes on, what goes down. I don't know if she know about all of that, but I just remember, and this is why I created, you know, You Are Worthy, because I remember one day, like, I was sitting on my bed, like, y'all, I could not sleep, like, for nothing. Like, I had insomnia or something. Like, I couldn't sleep because my mind was so attacked. Like, I had to go to the mental hospital and everything, y'all. I was going crazy. But, like, it was one day, like, I could not sleep, and, like, y'all, I was straying away from God and everything. Like, I was just straying away from God, and I just felt like, you know, if there's a God, why would he let something like this happen to me? But let me tell y'all, God always give y'all signs, and he always give y'all intuition. Because that night that I got raped, I was in a car. Mind you, it was me, him, and there was 2 other dudes in the back. That night I was in the car. Something told me, I kid y'all not, something told me, get out the car. Because I kept saying, I have to go home. I have a curfew at 9 o'clock. You know, I was one of those girls. I didn't care. I know I had to be at home. I was a goody two shoes, and I was supposed to be my butt at church that day, to be honest. It was on Sunday, October 25th. On a Sunday. I remember that day like it was yesterday. But something told me, like, get out the car. I literally got out the car and I said, I'm gonna walk home. But I was so far from home and it was dark outside. I got back in the car, knowing dang well I done walked. Knowing dang well I done walked far before by myself in the dark. And I probably would have been more safe walking and talking to God than I was in that car. So God gives y'all signs and he gives y'all intuition. And I feel like y'all really should listen to that, because I'm telling you, it's going to take you a long way. It's going to take you a long way. But back to what I was saying. What I was talking about before. Oh, yeah, I was talking about how. Yeah, I was talking about how I wasn't believing in God and stuff like that. Yeah, I was straying away from God and all type of stuff. But yeah, back to you.
So yeah, like, when she just went through a complete different phase, like, So,
And
like I was saying,
yeah, you feel like it wasn't like me.
yeah, it wasn't her at all. Like when she would tell me, like I said, she would tell me, and sometimes I didn't even have the words to tell her back. Like I was always gonna listen to her, so I listened to her more than I gave her advice. So, cause it was like, for one, yeah, it's good to give advice, but I felt like I never heard, like, from a close person, family member, friend, anything, never ever came to me and told me I just got raped, you know? So it's like, what do I say? Like, I was there for her always, listen to everything she said, but then there was times where she'd tell me, like, girl, I just did this, girl, I just did that, and I'm like, for what? Like, why? I don't know. And I'm just thinking, like, yeah, she know, but she really don't. Like, mentally, she don't know, but heart-wise, I feel like she know what she doing. But she was, you know, just giving herself away with no remorse, didn't care, basically. And that was kind of irritating me, because it was like, stop doing that.
Yeah, it is like, you remember a time where I just was stiff on people, like,
yes,
stiff.
Like this beside the topic, but when I forgot, but I think you was at like a sleepover or something, and somebody wanted to do something with you, and you was just stiff on it, like, no, boy, like, what, like, no, and it'll go on about your day.
Yes, and remember that day I told you, what's it called? I thought he was about to do something with me when we was at his house. It was a long time. He was my boyfriend in middle school, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
He had long, pretty curly hair. He was mixed. He was a mixed boy. And he thought he was gonna do something to me, and I'm like, no. And I walked home that day, and that's why, girl, I walked home that day in the dark from 35th in Silver Spring to 60 something in Silver Spring. So that's why it just made me like, why didn't I walk home? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Why didn't I walk home? But what was you saying? So I can read.
Basically, that you was giving yourself away with no remorse. You didn't care. So
like the only I feel like this happens for a lot of girls that have been rape victims. A lot of the times when guys, you know, wanted to do something with me, in my head, I did not want to do it. When I tell y'all, I did not want to do it. Like, I feel like I wanted to be that little girl again that just was stiff on men and wanted to wait till marriage to have sex. Like, I wanted to be that little girl. But for the simple fact that, you know, that happened to me, it will always like, dang, what if I say no and he just raped me anyways? Like, that will always just replay in the back of my head. Like, what if I say no and he raped me anyways? Like, one thing that I remember that plays in my head, like, it would, like, every time I think about it, this is what this man told me before he raped me. He said, you thought you was finna get a free ride? When I tell you that replay in my head so many times after it happened, like, you thought you was finna get a free ride? You thought you was finna get a free ride? And I remember when I said to him, and I was like scared, and I was like, you could have just asked me for some money. Like, I would have had my grandma or somebody give you some money. Like, but you want to take my virginity and my innocence at the same dang time.
No future. Okay, no.
But seriously though,
that blew me. But like I said, you know, I just seen it. I just seen her change. Like I said, with her doing just all these people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that's not even her though. Like, and then other stuff started to happen. Like, with the religion stuff, like, she was scaring me with that, but because she loved God, and it was at a time where she was talking about other stuff other than God, and I'm just like,
yeah,
what? Like, who are you? Like, not trying to be like that, but like, what you doing? Who you hanging around? What is this? And she was talking to not God, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't what's up. Like, so it really changed her emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all type of stuff.
It did.
Until,
my baby in the back going
I know,
crazy.
that's why I was laughing at him. If y'all see me laughing earlier, but
That's the table.
I'm like, my phone ringing. But what changed you to come back to your senses?
To be honest, in all honesty, God.
Like, you blocked it out and you just start focusing on God.
God, like, specifically Evolve. Like, I go
to church.
Yes, I go to this church called Evolve.
Good church. Come, good church.
Great church. But Evolve, like, for one, changed my perspective on God. It changed my perspective on life. And another reason was because, you know, I've dealt with somebody that actually loved me for me as a person, accepted everything that, you know, I went through, never judged me for it, you know. And honestly, you know, friends, like, I feel like with you, like, for future references, like, if you ever feel like I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing, or you feel like it's unlike me, let me know. Instead of being silent about it, because being silent gets you nowhere.
I'll do that now. I'll be like, Cornelius, why you?
Exactly. And I feel like, you know, because you say that, you know, I start to reflect on things versus you not saying nothing and you just listening to me and not saying nothing. I don't reflect on, you know, the wrongdoings that I have done. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he being so extra. He want me to come get him. Go get him.
The church, how we changed.
Oh, basically.
No. You was talking about how you got somebody that appreciates you.
Yeah.
Never judged you.
I'm also double back on Evolve too. But basically, like, I had somebody who, you know, actually cared about me, and they just told me, like, you, and me seeing my past affected me while hurting them also kind of, you know, steered me a different way, because I feel like, you know, you don't want to hurt somebody that you love. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if, like, say for instance, like I was saying about you, if you would have told me, like, dang, because I know as a friend, it hurts you to see me do something that is unlike me. Like for you, if I feel like you doing something unusual, I'll let you know. Like, that's one thing about me. That's why I said it so early, like, 2 days a day. Like, I said it so early because I cannot hold stuff in. Like, I can't hold stuff in because I feel like if I hold stuff in, it's gonna break me. Like,
it's gonna eat you alive.
It's gonna eat me alive, and that's literally what it's gonna do. But, like, if you would have told me, like, you know, it hurts me to see you're not you type stuff, it kind of would have made me reflect back on the things that I did, or made me look at life a little different instead of you being silent. Because one thing about, you know, being a rape victim, don't be silent. Like, you cannot be silent, because if you be silent, it's gonna hurt you in the long run.
I mean, I feel like I just did that because, I mean, I could have said something, but it was like, at the time, me thinking, I'm like, I need to kind of give you your, even though, you know, people need to be there for each other, but I'm thinking, like, this just happened. I'm going to get her time to, you know, come back, rejuvenate, you know, just think about herself instead of just like, you know, why you do that? Why you know what I'm saying? But, so I'm like, now, I'm going to tell you later on
now it's
down the line.
No, let me tell you. It's a difference between questioning and being concerning. Like, if you question, like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you go and do this with this guy when you know you're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being like, hey, Quinice, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you been a little different since that situation happened to you. You know, you gotta, it's the way you say things. So if you would have said it in a, you know, a friendly manner and like you care, you're not gonna be like, if you see somebody going through something traumatic, you're not gonna be like, why would you do that? Right. And you know this just happened. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do it like that.
Nah.
But
You be killing me with these looks, dude.
But honestly, Evolve and my son too, like what I look like letting him grow up seeing men after men after men, you know, come in my house. And Evolve specifically, because when I came to that church, like I automatically like fell in love. I fell in love, and for the simple fact that they hit on situations in my life where I would not even expect someone to hit on. Like, they made me become more vulnerable to God instead of being vulnerable to men. You know what I'm saying? Because you heard what they said. If you put your trust in man, man will fail you every time. Like, that's just honest. Like, God, like, and this is why my logo has love and a cross, because God is the head of my life, and he is the reason why I shifted back. And you know, being that I was dealing with like different religions and stuff like that, you know, God showed me that is a place that I did not want to be. You know, that's a place where I didn't want to go down. And like, spiritually, I've seen many things that others may not even believe. So that's another reason.
You just give me this look like, girl.
What's up? Is it another question that you want to ask?
I mean, it wasn't more of a question, but you know, y'all, she became a great person. Own house, own car, work 2 jobs. She a good girl. If you ain't on it, sit down. If you ain't on it, sit down. No, but like for real though, like it changed. And I'm glad, like when she spoke out, then that's when she got other people who had similar stories to her with similar, same guy, you know. So that's good that, you know, when you say speaking out, if you don't speak, then you're gonna get your problem solved. Yeah, speak. And that's why Jhené Aiko, the song "Speak" is my song. Y'all need to go listen to that. What's the lyric in there that you
she be saying, what she be saying? I don't know, but I know for a fact she say like, I'm free, like, you know, be who you are, speak, like speak your truth. Period. And that's it. But another thing I was finna say, watch who you hang around. You know what I'm saying? Watch your friends who you think your friends. Or if they throwing some shady, or if they make you feel weird or anything like that. Because like she said multiple times, people said, oh, my mans wouldn't do this, my mans wouldn't do that. Like, he was a popular guy in Milwaukee, and people just kept on saying like he wouldn't do something like that, he wouldn't do something like that. For one, he lied to me about his age. I was 15, the man was 21.
And said he was what?
He said he was 17. Then he turned around and told me he was 19. And like, I actually have my story, my whole story on Facebook, so y'all can go watch that story or whatever if y'all want to. But I have my story on Facebook, and it's telling you basically details about how this situation occurred and everything, how I felt during the situation and whatever. You can go look at it. But everybody was like, it was people out here telling me like they was gonna spit on me, like they was gonna smack me, didn't I lie, they was gonna shoot me. Like, it was just so many things. So I really need y'all to be aware of when multiple people are saying the same thing, it's definitely the truth. There's two sides to a story. It's they side. I mean, 3 sides. It's 2 sides to a story. It's they side, and it's the truth. So always remember that.
And 2 lies don't make a right. No, I just wanted to ask him.
2 lies don't make a right. 2 lies don't make the truth.
Yeah, 2 lies don't make the truth. Cause he lied. That don't mean that they right.
She lied.
Never mind. I just messed it up, y'all. Whatever. Anyways.
But this is the conclusion of our video. And if you know anybody that has been through this situation, just tag them in this video, share this video, like this video, do whatever it is to do to get this word out, because I'm going to have a lot of videos pertaining to this, and it's going to change lives miraculously. So,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And subscribe to Lilo and Yazzie. No, this Lilo.
I'm going to post it on Facebook too, though.
Oh.
But subscribe to my channel, Lilo's Life, and also trust in God, pray, and know that you are worthy. And that's just that.
You are worthy.
You are worthy. And that's just
you are worthy.
that.
And that's just that.
Say it, Asir. You are worthy. And that's just that.
Period.
Ew.
And we are out.
You are worthy. And that's just
you are worthy.
that.
And that's just that.
Say it, Asir. You are worthy. And that's just that.
Period.
Ew.
And we are